the things the most successful people among us do, which separate them from everyone else, what do they do differently that catapult them to the top? And I think the most beautiful of the news is that anybody can play into that space and do what the successful people do and achieve great success as much as they do. And I should say from the beginning that when I talk about success, I'm talking about success. It could be in marriage, it could be in the way you are raising your children, it could be in building relationships, it could be in art, it could be in business, it could be in your personal relationships, it could be in your finances, it could be in your health and fitness. We don't all have the same definition of success in every aspect or group or category of life. So I've got the tips for you guys from which you can learn from successful people, and it's about duplicating. If you duplicate what they do, you are bound also to achieve the same levels of success and be at the top as they are. And one of those things is successful people have routines. They have routines in their lives. They don't just get up in the morning and just stumble on anything when they don't have a plan for life. No, they always have a plan for life, and they always have everything diarized. That is why you cannot just barge in at his place of work and boom, you've got a meeting with him. No, you might be having the best of the bestest of the bestest of the ideas that could change his life, that could change his business. But look, you still have to call and make an appointment. As a matter of fact, what they do is they put a gatekeeper between themselves. It could be their secretary, between themselves and you. It could be the receptionist, it could be anybody, so that you don't have ease of access to them. Why? Because they are busy. Come on, they are busy. The second thing that successful people do that people at the bottom are not willing to do is successful people don't mess around with trivia. They don't commit to things that are not profitable. That is the basis of this second point. They don't commit to things that are not profitable for them as far as their goals and results are concerned. What do I mean? Look, people at the bottom can watch TV the whole day. People at the bottom will watch TV at the house because there is a TV in the house. But successful people will not do that. As a matter of fact, when they asked Lamborghini, they said, your they were asking about the customers, the target market of Lamborghini. And the guy at Lamborghini said, listen, our customers do not watch TV. The question was, why don't you advertise on TV? They were like, no, our customers do not watch TV. Why? Because people at the top have things to do. They don't mess around with trivia. They're not going to watch a football game because there is a football game. They're not going to watch the World Cup because there is the World Cup. That is point number 3. Point number 3, they wake up early. Here's the key, guys. If you watch interviews with CEOs all over, when he is home and they are interviewing him, he always says that, listen, I wake up at 1 a.m., I wake up at 2 a.m., I wake up at 3 a.m. They know the truth. Here's the secret. When you wake up at 7 a.m., at 5 a.m., you will get the results that people who wake up at 7 a.m. or at 8 a.m. get. Basic logic. 95% of the people wake up at 5 a.m. or at 4 a.m. or at 6 a.m. So they get the same results. There is no surprise there. There is no surprise. So if you are there and you are getting the same results that your neighbor is getting and he's waking up at 4 a.m. or at 5 a.m., now you know the secret. But what do they get up at 1 a.m. to do? They've got a lot of things. They could be sitting at the computer. They could be meditating. They could be reading books. They could be doing their daily devotions, prayers, reading the Bible if they do, whatever they are reading. But they have that level of discipline on their side. And that is one of the things that catapults them to the top. They cannot afford risking to wake up at 8 a.m. As a matter of fact, they would just be sleeping 4 hours. some sleep 6 hours, some make it 8 by sleeping early, by going to bed early. I mean, if you have to wake up early, you have to go back to bed early. You cannot butter bread on both sides. You don't you don't close the front door and open the back door and hope that air doesn't get in. You sleep early so that you get up early. That's the key to it. And the next point I want to talk about regarding the things that successful people do is they read a lot. Guys, if they get interviewed, all of them, people at the top, be it they are business people, they are CEOs, they are top athletes. When they are interviewed at home, when you look at the back, they've got a stack of books. Why? Because they know the secret. The secret is this. The modern university is a collection of books. So if you are going to be able to see further there, you have to stand on the shoulders of giants. And the only way to do that is to try and emulate what successful people have done by going into books. Today, if you are not a reader, we've got a big benefit in YouTube. For example, YouTube videos, you can just plug in, and listen, watch, and learn a lot about the things that successful people do. Yes, that's what they do. They read a lot, they invest their money and their time in books. They buy books, they spend money on books. Books are an investment. So the difference between people at the top, I mean, you know it in your area, in your circles, people at the bottom don't read books. Then the next one that they have is they have goals. Successful people all have goals. They don't just wake up in the morning and say, I will see how the day goes. They don't do that. They have got a regimen to stick to. As a matter of fact, he already knows what 75% or 80% of his diary is going to look like next week, Monday. It's Monday today. He works on a diary and everything is dictated in the diary as to what he's going to be doing, who is going to be doing what, and you still have to schedule with him when you have to meet with him. And by the way, they are goals.